Criminals have kidnapped a little ballerina, but they have no idea what this little girl is capable of. Let's find out if they will live to see the dawn. Meet Abigail. She's 12 years old, she's a ballerina, and right now she's rehearsing in an empty theater. The girl is being followed by a young woman with a lollipop. She hides a gun under her clothes and gets into a car. There, the stranger joins a man with glasses and a big guy. She finds 2 syringes of sedatives in the back seat. There's another car with 3 more people in it. The target of this gang is someone's luxury home. The hacker remotely disables the cameras. The sniper climbs onto the roof with a rifle. The driver stays behind the wheel to provide a retreat. We learn from the criminals' chatter that the mastermind hired them anonymously. None of the team members know whose house this is. Meanwhile, the rehearsal is over. The young ballerina leaves the theater. She is picked up by a luxury car with a driver. The big guy, the woman with a lollipop, and the man with glasses break into the house. The car with the little dancer arrives. The little girl is chatting cheerfully on the phone. She doesn't know yet that intruders are lurking in her room. And then the invaders strike. The little girl is injected with sedatives. As they take her away, an alarm goes off in the house. But it's too late. The gang gets into a van and drives off. The woman with a lollipop checks the girl's pulse. She's sleeping soundly. The van pulls up to a mysterious mansion. The team is met by the mastermind, a man named Lambert. He reminds them that the job isn't done yet. The criminals must guard the girl for 24 hours until her father pays. Who's the father? That's not for the team to know. All that matters is that he's got $50 million to pay the ransom. Left alone, the teammates chat and have a drink. To avoid using their real names, they all use aliases. The woman with the lollipop is now Joey. The man with the glasses is Frank. The kidnappers try to guess each other's real occupations. We find out Frank's an ex-cop. The big guy's just a musclehead. And the hacker is a girl from a rich family who got involved in crime out of boredom. Frank deduces that Joey has a problem with illegal substances. Unwilling to discuss the topic, Joey leaves to check on the girl. Here's little Abigail. She's already come to her senses. Joey feels sorry for the girl. She promises that if Abigail behaves well, no one will hurt her. The ballerina doesn't trust her. Joey gives her a pinky swear and reveals she has a child too. Abigail claims the criminals have made a mistake. Her father is a terrible man, and he can't be blackmailed. The party in the living room is in full swing. Joey returns to her teammates. She asks Frank about Abigail's father, but he doesn't know anything either. Joey insinuates that the mastermind framed them. Frank goes to Abigail and threatens her with a gun. The only thing he wants to know is her father's identity. Abigail gives him a name, Christophe Lazar. Upon hearing this name, Frank leaves the room. He informs the team that Abigail is the daughter of the most powerful crime lord in the city. What if he comes after his daughter? The kidnappers decide to search the house and explore escape routes. Joey finds the library. There is a window in the ceiling. A statue against the wall depicts a sinister man and a little girl. The only one not intimidated by the mobster is the driver. He pranks the hacker and then goes wandering around the house. He finds an old mural on the wall. It also depicts a man and a girl. Hold on a second, is that Abigail? The driver gets to the kitchen. It's infested with rats and something else. The driver tries to flee, but something grabs his legs and drags him away. The hacker hears his screams. She rushes into the kitchen and finds the guy at the table. But as the girl approaches him, driver's head falls right into her hands. The hacker is shocked. She calls the others over. Frank immediately claims to know the culprit. Legend has it that one of the Lazar's sidekicks is a true monster. It's a mercenary named Valdez. He's rumored to tear anyone who gets in Lazar's way to pieces. Does that mean Valdez is already inside the house? Or maybe one of the kidnappers is Valdez? The team members don't trust each other now. The sniper wants to leave the house, but the exit is blocked by a grate. When the big guy attempts to break it down, he triggers a security mechanism. All the windows in the house get locked with armored plates. Joey goes to see little Abigail. The girl is terrified. She tells Joey that she knows which team member works for her father. It is the man who came into her room and threatened her with a gun. It turns out that Frank is Valdez. Joey shares her hunch with the sniper. But as soon as they separate, Something silent and incredibly fast attacks the sniper. The only thing Joey finds is his body. It's covered in horrible wounds. Joey runs to the others. She announces that Frank is Valdez. Frank declares that this is nonsense. The girl is just manipulating the adults to pit them against each other. And it looks like her plan is succeeding. Everyone's fighting and brandishing guns. While the adults are squabbling, the little ballerina breaks the handcuffs and exposes. That's right, those are fangs. The little monster pounces on people. Turns out, she's not afraid of bullets. The kidnappers barely escape and lock the girl in the room. Looks like the abduction didn't go according to plan. Instead of kidnapping a rich man's daughter, these losers got trapped with a vampire ballerina. Joey, Frank, the big guy, and the hacker try to figure out how to get rid of the girl. They arm themselves with garlic, a crucifix, and pool cues. Except the room where Abigail was locked up is now empty. Some music is coming from upstairs. It appears that the little ballerina is dancing in the attic. Instead of a dance partner, she's got the driver's body, decapitated. Unfortunately, neither garlic nor crucifixes can hurt the monster, and the pool cue ends up not in the vampire's chest, but in Frank's leg. The main characters retreat. Joey remembers that she was given 2 syringes of sedatives at the beginning of the operation, and she still has 1 syringe. All that's left is to find the fleeing monster. The kidnappers search the house. The hacker goes down into the basement and smells a terrible stench. Then she slips and falls. Realizing what she's fallen into, the girl screams in horror. The pool is full of bodies swarming with flies. Apparently, these characters are not the first to be trapped alone with the monster. Meanwhile, the big guy finds the little girl. She chases him first, and then gets distracted by Frank. In the heat of the fight, Joey drops the syringe. She can't reach it for some time. Frank is rescued by the hacker. Unfortunately, this boldness costs her dearly. The vampire bites her hand. Finally, the girl is injected with sedatives. Once recovered in the cage, the little ballerina starts crying again. Unfortunately, this trick doesn't work anymore. Realizing this, Abigail stops pretending. Turns out she knows all the criminals. The hacker hacked into her family's accounts. The big guy used to work for her father's mafia empire, but he drank and stole money. Policeman Frank helped arrest people who shouldn't have been arrested, and Joey made a serious medical error and sent an important man to the grave. Now it's time to pay for their misdeeds. Frank stays to watch Abigail. The girl begs him to open the cage. In return, she offers to tell him how to escape from the locked house. The secret passage will open if you take a book by Agatha Christie from the shelf in the library. Upon learning the secret, Frank laughs. The vampire is very naive if she believes he will let her go, but he doesn't have much time to laugh. Evidently, Abigail was only pretending she couldn't break out of the cage. Still, how can they stop the vampire? Joey damages the shutters and lets sunlight into the room. One ray causes the vampire's arm to explode. It regenerates rapidly, but the humans manage to escape and hide in the library. Sunlight gets into the room through the window on the ceiling. It is now the only safe place in the entire house. Frank finds a book by Agatha Christie. Needless to say, there is no secret passageway. Seems like the girl has fooled them once again. The people are trapped. When the sun sets, they'll become prey. Joey explains that she agreed to commit this crime to make money, reset her life, and get back to her family. She's interrupted by the hacker. Bingo! Reset! That's exactly what they need right now. If they find the power source and short-circuit it, the security system will reboot. Then they'll be able to open doors and windows. People set off to find the power source. All of a sudden, the hacker hears Abigail's voice in her head. The vampire bite on her arm heals. The hacker turns into a monster. Abigail controls her like a puppet. The first thing the hacker does is lunge at the big guy. His life is over. Now it's Frank and Joey's turn. The hacker chases them to the library. Using a tray, Joey aims sunlight at the hacker, and the monster explodes. The search continues, but instead of a power source, Frank and Joey find a security room. That's where Mastermind Lambert is waiting for them. He appears to be a vampire too. Abigail turned him into a monster and threatened his family. That's why he was forced to work for her, but now Lambert has a plan. He promises to make Frank a vampire and not a will-less puppet, but a strong and resilient monster. Together they will defeat Abigail and break free. Frank agrees. Lambert bites him and performs a special ritual. Except Frank hasn't forgiven Lambert for setting them up. After becoming a vampire, the first thing he does is get rid of the traitor. Abigail comes to check the noise. She gets into a fight with Frank. Meanwhile, Joey gets to the control panel and disables the security system. The electronic locks are open, but the regular iron deadbolts are still locked. Joey realizes she can't escape. Frank shows up. Looks like he's done with Abigail. Joey is no longer his partner, she's just food. But Frank doesn't have time to hurt her. The little vampire girl survives. Frank fights her again, but Abigail reminds Joey of their pinky swear. Joey decides that if she helps the girl now, Abigail will let her go in gratitude. Unfortunately, Frank has a plan too. He bites Joey and attempts to make her his puppet. The only problem is that Frank doesn't know one thing. Cool vampire tricks take years to learn. Joey doesn't obey him. So she and Abigail join forces and win. Is this really the end? Well, it looks like it is. Abigail says that Joey is free now. However, the situation is not that simple. All of a sudden, the front door of the house opens. Apparently, Abigail's father has finally decided to check out his daughter. He intends to attack Joey, but Abigail forbids him. This woman saved her life when her father wasn't around. In gratitude, the vampire family lets Joey go. The woman leaves the house. She's dirty and can barely stand on her feet. She's been turned into a monster, but Joey realizes it doesn't matter. She has a chance to get back to her son.